So this research was motivated by the current alcohol bans, regulation of alcohol outlets by the Supreme Court. In Bihar, the ban was based around domestic violence. The Supreme Court orders on regulating outlet densities for places selling alcohol was based on accidents that were increasing on the highways. However, we thought that public drinking spaces themselves can also have an effect on the crimes committed against women, especially in public spaces. So if alcohol drinking increases the propensity of a person to not be in their senses and indulge in behavior which is not socially appropriate, passing lewd remarks, indulging in molestation, sexual assault, touching, advances, etc. So if alcohol is a mediator in such crimes, then can regulating alcohol in public drinking spaces, can that be also effective in having some effect on these crimes committed against women in the public spaces? Because we know that safety of women in public spaces is very important, right? It's also one of the critical factors in affecting their probably their going out of the house and participating even in the labor force. So that was the whole motivation to take up this research agenda. So we look at a specific intervention in the state of Kerala in this particular study. But what we find is that that regulating bars or shutting down the bars which serve as public drinking spaces in Kerala, that reduces the sexual assault cases reported by women. So, and the impact is about 25% in terms of proportionate terms. So we do find a negative effect. And we also find negative effects on other crimes, which can also be not on crimes against women, but on crimes like causing hurt to each other, not murders, etc., because murders are extreme crimes, but on these crimes which can be triggered by consumption of alcohol just because you're not in your senses. So we do find negative effects on those crimes as well. So definitely there does seem to be some effect of regulating. Yes, there is a resonance amongst women to curtail alcohol availability because they do see that as one of the mediators in affecting this behavior of men which makes them violent. So of course there are positive and negative effects of extreme regulations like banning. So Bihar was not the first state to ban alcohol. There have been previous instances where states have banned alcohol and then they have gone back to allowing alcohol sales in the respective states because the revenues come down, drug abuse increases. So I'm not very sure whether a complete ban is a long run feasible solution, because people who want to drink, then the entire economy goes underground. But having regulations, especially in public drinking spaces in the outlet densities, is something which the governments can have without banning. At least increasing the cost of access of alcohol, so that a person has to think, okay, if I was spending 100 rupees earlier and I have to spend 200 rupees now it's going to be costly for me. So it could also be that the man ends up spending more, but B, it could also be that he actually reduces his consumption of alcohol and has desired effects. But that's something which the policy has to see. We don't have enough evidence around it, whether just controlling direct prices of alcohol can also have desired effects on consumption and indirect effects on crimes and other economic benefits of reduced alcohol consumption. But all-out banning, I'm not very sure in the long run how feasible it would be, because again of the facts that you're going to drive it underground.